carrier pigeon overdue. I cannot for the life of me understand what is happening.
We are being sent into the rain and wind simply because a bird can't keep on schedule?
It's not just one bird, Arn, but three. The carrier pigeons belonging to Lord Howland, Merlin's chess partner at Fortress Tenacity.
They were supposed to bring Merlin word of Lord Howland's latest moves.
He will not rest until he and Howland are once again in contact. Merlin takes his chess games seriously.
Even so, it still seems like a fool's errand to me.
It seems we aren't the only ones suffering misfortune tonight.
Misfortune is a word well chosen from the look of them.
Turn back! Turn back! Run! Dragons are ravaging the land!
Dragons?
Were it not for your obvious distress, I would suspect that you were joking.
Wish that I were. The beasts burnt our village to the ground.
You saw these dragons for yourself?
I saw their fire plain enough and heard them roar. They shook the air like thunder.
Dragons are nothing more than a storyteller's fantasy, aren't they?
We'll ride to Fortress Tenacity. Perhaps they will know what it is that these peasants have mistaken for dragons.
Fortress Tenacity. Reduced to rubble. What weapon on earth could inflict this kind of destruction?
These walls are 5 feet of solid granite, yet they are smashed like those of a mud cottage. Tenacity is one of a chain of fortresses that defends our northern frontier. We can reach the next outpost by dawn. Perhaps the answer can be found there.
Sir Bryant, what is that glow on the horizon?
Dawn, perhaps.
No. The east is behind us.
Then what is in front of us?
The next of Camelot's fortresses.
It's as if a giant breath of flames just swept it off the earth.
What sort of power could wreak such havoc?
I can't imagine.
What now, Sir Bryant? Where do we go from here?
The estate of Maldon, Master of the Bells, is less than a day's ride. Perhaps he has seen or heard something which may help us find the answer to this terrible riddle.
Thank goodness. At least this place is still in one piece.
Maldon is the son of King Gunther, one of Arthur's bitterest foes, the master of Satan's Rock.
The destruction of Satan's Rock made possible the founding of Camelot. Is this Maldon to be trusted, Sir Bryant?
It would seem so. Unlike his father, he is given to peaceful pursuits, the making of bells.
Dragons rampant in the land. I find the thought amusing, if not somewhat fanciful.
You would not be so quick to scoff, Lord Maldon, if you had seen the remains of the 2 fortresses.
It was as if they had simply been wiped out of existence.
Yes, but dragons. How droll.
Droll? Lord Maldon, how can you find humor in such a desperate situation?
My dear girl, I have spent a lifetime in the pursuit of earthly knowledge. The more one learns, the less one believes in fantasy.
I must compliment you on your library, Lord Maldon.
It was not created without effort, young prince. After Arthur killed my father and took his lands, my family suffered great deprivation.
Your father was a tyrant and his fortress an affront to decency.
A winner's fable.
You are a man of hidden fires, Lord Maldon.
Oh, what a wretched host I've been. I've not offered you any proper entertainment. Would anyone care to join me in a game of chess?
I would very much enjoy that.
Well, perhaps later. First, allow me to take you on a tour of my humble kingdom. We pour the molten metal into these molds. And when the hissing of its heat has cooled into silence, a new bell is born into the world. Ah, let me introduce you to another visitor to my home. One who has traveled even farther than you have. May I present Chun Ling Su, a scholar from a far-off province of China, known as Cathay. Chun has been traveling the world in search of knowledge. These are visitors from Camelot.
I see.
Perhaps when you take leave of Lord Maldon, you might visit Camelot.
Thank you, I would rather not. Your presence is required, Lord Maldon.
Will you excuse me?
That Chung is a cold one.
True, but Lord Maldon seems pleasant enough.
Lord Maldon may wear the mask of a fool, Arn, but beneath it lurks the face of a wolf. Lord Maldon is hiding something. I can feel it. He's far more than a simple maker of bells.
He may well be a thief.
Thief?
His chessboard, Arn. It is one made by Merlin.
Yes, I remember. The one he made as a gift for Lord Howland.
Oh dear, I am afraid I must be rude again. There is a project which requires my attention. We shall have to resume our visit in the morning. Hugo, my guests from Camelot are exhausted. Escort them to their rooms. See to it that they get a good night's rest.
Not quite the style I would have expected from one as flamboyant as Lord Maldon.
If you speak the truth, Maldon, this weapon Chung has agreed to give you could erase Camelot from the face of the earth.
That is Eric the Unstoppable, King Olaf's second in command.
And as you know, the destruction of Arthur's kingdom is something we Vikings would very much like to see.
You shall see it soon enough. I have succeeded in convincing Chung that Camelot is an evil realm which must be destroyed.
You're a scurvy scoundrel, Maldon. Yet, if the power of this powder is as great as you claim... What was that?
Eavesdropping? Burglary? I would have expected better conduct from a prince.
And I would have expected less treachery from a simple maker of bells.
It seems we are both more than we appear to be. And now, unfortunately, one of us must cease to be.
King Arthur will not let you go unpunished for this, Lord Maldon. You will be made to face the power of Camelot.
Power? You have not a clue as to the reality of power, boy. Open the door! I present to you the future.
What is it?
This is one of my dragons. And tomorrow, for the benefit of my Viking friends, Mr. Chung's lovely black powder will enable this little army to speak a single word, which will leave the world trembling on the brink of destruction. Fortress Forbearance. To Arthur, an outpost of Camelot. To me, nothing more than a toy to be crushed. My father's name was Gunther. In his honor, I have named my dragons guns. And this, the fire which will burn in their bellies, I shall call gunpowder.
And what is it you plan to do with these guns of yours?
When Arthur vanquished my father, I vowed to avenge him. I have spent a lifetime seeking a way to destroy Camelot. Now I have found it. Mr. Chung has obligingly given me the key, which will unlock the secret of Arthur's destruction.
I feel afraid. As if I've looked upon the very heart of evil.
We are ready, Lord Maldon.
Listen and remember, it is the sound that will change an age.
It has a sound to the voice of doom.
With a weapon such as this, we cannot only rid ourselves of Camelot, we can rule the world.
Your evil is almost beyond imagining, Lord Maldon.
Really? Arthur rules because he vanquished my father. If I in turn vanquish Arthur, how is my rule any more evil than his?
It is well known that your father was a tyrant. A wicked, bloodthirsty man who—
No power on earth will stop me. With the help of the Viking army, my dragons and I shall visit on Arthur the doom he laid upon my father. When you return to Camelot, tell that to your peace-loving king.
What is it you say he calls this thing?
gunpowder.
It was inevitable that this day would come. Inevitable and terrifying. History has just turned a page which will forever change the world.
Perhaps. Yet I have no choice but to meet it head-on. I have no intention of waiting for Maldon to come to me with his deadly dust. In order to attack Camelot, he must approach through Cragston Valley. I will meet him at its mouth, at Fortress Resolution. Do you not approve, Merlin?
Maldon has stolen from the future, and with what he has taken, he is more than able to defeat the present. A way is needed to even the odds against us. I will try to find it.
I know you will, old friend. Sir Bryant, what is the state of our readiness?
Sire, you will soon have an army unlike anything seen since the days of Rome. All knights, foot soldiers, and auxiliaries are ready. Our allies are sending help. Volunteers are pouring in from the surrounding countryside.
Then we march at dawn. Whatever the outcome, my love, know that into this battle, I have only taken my body and mind. My heart and soul are left with you.
We have located Arthur's army, my lord. It is as you suspected. Even as we speak, he heads towards Fortress Resolution.
Excellent. Have the guns moved into position. We strike at first light.
Arn, you must eat.
I can't. All I can think about is tomorrow.
We faced danger before, Arn.
Not like this. I wish I had your courage, Valiant.
Deathly afraid, Arn. Every man in this camp is.
So, the festivities start at dawn, do they? I've too long missed the thrill of combat.
We do not fight for love of combat, Sir Gawain. Men of Camelot, tomorrow we go into battle to meet an enemy who has vowed to destroy us, to destroy Camelot. What does this mean, Camelot? Do we fight for the glory of it? For the land of it? For the power of it? No, my friends. We fight for something far more precious. We fight for freedom. The freedom of Camelot and of all kingdoms, and of all those who dwell within them.
We shall shatter Arthur's army and march on to Camelot itself. It is our right to take what the weak cannot defend. It is the right of the strongest to survive.
This is not a way a wise man thinks, Lord Maldon. Certainly you cannot believe these things.
And to any man who brings me the body of Arthur Pendragon, I shall give 1,000 pieces of gold.
horrors which now await us.
Valiant!
We must hurry, Merlin. The battle begins.
Valiant, should the day go against us, there is a special mission I will need you to accomplish.
Look at them, coming like cattle to the slaughterhouse.
Order everyone! Pull back to the fortress!
Magnificent, is it not?
Your weapons are effective, Lord Maldon, but this is an impersonal butchery. It robs the battlefield of honor and steals from the warrior his courage.
Stand and fight! The king has ordered that we make our stand at Fortress Resolution!
This is a dark day for Camelot.
Over half the army is gone. They have either been killed, captured, or...
They have fled.
Yes,
Is there any word from Valiant?
none.
There is a rider approaching, under a flag of truce.
To the defenders of Fortress Resolution, a message from Lord Maldon. Surrender, and your lives will be spared. If you continue to resist, there will be no quarter given. All will be killed. Lord Maldon awaits your answer.
Men of Camelot, you have seen the power of our enemy. What say you? Do you surrender?
Enough! It ends now!
Get ready.
This could hurt.
I can take it.
Thank you, Rowan. You are truly an impressive woman.
Merlin, we are running out of time.
We need no more time. It's ready. The ancients wrote that during the siege of Syracuse, Archimedes used a device such as this to defend the city. Let us hope our light is stronger than Maldon's darkness.
Shield that barrel! Take cover! Aim for the tower! For Arthur!
Arthur, forgive me. I have failed you.
No, Merlin, you have not failed me. Now or ever.
Always remember, Arthur, as long as a single pure heart survives, the dream will live.
Rest well, old friend. They will not take you. That I vow.
Who is there? What are you doing?
Let him go. Sir, I would get out of here if I were you.
He's not going anywhere. None of you are. For this young prince, I shall tie you to the maw of one of my dragons.
No! This madness cannot continue! Stop! Go away! All of you! Leave! Not you! I shared the secret of my powder with you, Lord Maldon. But you have deceived me! Because of your treachery, I have helped to extinguish a fragile light in a dark world.
No! You will not stop me now!
May my ancestors forgive me!
Your Majesty, look!
Men of Camelot, attack!
The Vikings are fleeing for the sea. Shall we pursue them?
No, there has been enough bloodshed this day. Let us go home.
Well, Merlin, at least we have seen the last of this dreadful black powder.
No, Valiant. I suspect it will come again. We can only pray that when it does, mankind will have learned to use its power more wisely.